Dentro del octágono, no hay atajos a la gloria. Cada victoria se gana con la dura rutina de semanas y meses previos. 6 de los mejores luchadores que el UFC haya visto están listos para chocar en Calgary.
My whole body, my whole mind are focused on me getting better.
Fighting at such a high level is very hard, more emotionally and mentally than physically.
Lutar em vista pra mim sempre é bom, né? Eu fico feliz. Mas, cara, tô muito empolgado,
When I show up that night, there's nothing in my way. I'm coming to take what's mine.
Everything I've worked for is one fight away.
En el evento principal a 5 asaltos, el ex campeón de peso ligero de UFC, Eddie Alvarez, cuyos ataques arrasadores le han valido 16 knockouts en su carrera, se enfrenta al igualmente poderoso finalizador Dustin Poirier.
Poirier by knockout!
En la mejor pelea por rencor del año. El emocionante coevento principal en el peso pluma es estelarizado por la leyenda brasileña José Aldo, quien gobernó sin piedad desde el tope del peso pluma durante años, enfrentando al emocionante y vistoso Jeremy Stephens en medio de la mayor racha de su carrera en UFC, mientras caza tanto a Aldo como una oportunidad titular. Un tercer enfrentamiento de altas apuestas presenta el regreso de la superestrella de peso paja Joanna Jędrzejczyk, quien busca volver a desplegar el arsenal dominante que impulsó su reinado sin precedentes. En su camino, se encuentra Teixeira de Teine Tornado Torres, en busca de otro desempeño espectacular y una oportunidad por el cinturón de su división. Esto es UFC Road to the Octagon. Justo a las afueras de su ciudad natal, Filadelfia, entrena un ex campeón de peso ligero del UFC movido por un motivo singular.
The main goal right now in my career is to win back my world title. That's the reason why I spend my days finding out what I'm made of. I want to see am I resilient? Am I disciplined? I want to find out them weaknesses within myself, and I want to fill them up. That's been my whole career, and I find that out through tough opponents. Putting the hardest guys in front of me and making myself completely vulnerable to being knocked out, being in bad situations, and in the midst of all that, I become better.
Eddie Alvarez entró por primera vez al octágono con 25 victorias en su haber. Y poco después, The Underground King superó a un par de leyendas ligeras como Gilbert Melendez
Beautiful spinning elbow by Alvarez.
y Anthony Pettis,
Big win for Eddie Alvarez.
para ganarse una oportunidad contra Rafael dos Anjos por el cinturón.
Eddie Alvarez is the UFC lightweight champion. Do you believe it?
Siguiendo su reinado, Álvarez se enfrentó a Dustin the Diamond Poirier en un muy esperado enfrentamiento. Sin embargo, la noche terminó en controversia.
Okay, that's not legal. Oh, no.
En diciembre, el nativo de Filadelfia recuperó su arrogancia tras una de las mejores peleas del año. Y ahora, a 15 años de iniciar su carrera profesional, no da señales de parar.
In the first fight, Dustin caught me with a big left hand. I was halfway knocked out. And that's where I think I thrive the most. I caught him with a real hard left hook that cut his eye wide open and wobbled him. And I kneed him once, I kneed him twice. The third knee was illegal. It is what it is. If I would have stepped back and ended with punches, then we have a different story. In retrospect, he was quitting. If another guy is kneeing you in the head, you're probably on your way out.
Yeah, see, when you come up, turn Eddie likes to throw down a little bit, man, you know, so we've had to have some give and take in the camp with him. Yeah, see, that's right. But he still likes that old Eddie. He likes to please the fans. It's going to be a great fight, man. I know they're both warriors. I think it's going to be about who makes the first mistake. When someone makes the first mistake, they're going to pay.
Going into this fight, anything that I can do to make this very stressful, I want to do it. I want to be at a level that I'm unsleepable. There's only one way to success, and that's through pure suffering. The Octagon is unforgiving. The pool is forgiving.
98 out today, so he definitely got a good go. That's pretty much his realm and where he likes to stay.
There's a lot of negotiations that go on in an octagon that people don't see. There's negotiations that go on with yourself on that stool, where in all darkness you have to find a little bit of light. Where everything is bad and everything's not going good, it's your job as a fighter to find a tiny bit of light and focus only on that light. I added swimming to my training regimen maybe about a year ago after I filmed the Ultimate Fighter show. That was our coach's challenge. I stunk so bad at it that I had to focus on the little bit that I was good at to keep me going. There was nothing that I felt outside of fighting that I felt that way, where I felt completely exhausted. I don't know if anything mimics fighting as good as swimming. When you panic, when you're breathing heavy, you get them feelings of I'm fatigued, I'm tired. You really gotta like kind of go within and dig deep. It's definitely therapeutic for me. There's a silence, there's a peacefulness in the water. I just seen my body, my breathing, everything kind of come into play. I think it gave me the chance to teach my body to breathe properly, work technique when I'm exhausted. It's a lot about what fighting's about at the highest level, so they make a good partnership, I guess.
$1,600 kilómetros al sur. La búsqueda de la grandeza ha sido durante mucho tiempo la fuerza impulsora tras Dustin the Diamond Poirier.
I got into mixed martial arts. I was training boxing at a local boxing gym in Louisiana, and they had a group of guys in there, and I asked, who are these guys? Where are they from? One of the boxing coaches told me that these guys are mixed martial artists. They're just working their stand-up game. They have a gym somewhere else, and they just come here on the weekends. And I was like, wow, I didn't know. I knew what mixed martial arts was, but I had no clue people were doing it in my small hometown. Finding out people were training mixed martial arts close to me was a big deal. So I went up to the guys and talked to them, and the next weekend I was there at the mixed martial arts gym. I left the boxing gym and went there.
Como peso pluma, Dustin Poirier ganó 8 de sus primeras 10 peleas dentro del octágono.
Dustin the Diamond Poirier.
Desde su paso al peso ligero en 2015, el poderoso pegador ha estado aún más impresionante, consiguiendo 7 victorias, incluidas 5 por la vía del knockout, y 2 peleas de la noche corridas contra Anthony Pettis.
Nice combination there.
Y entonces, hace solo 3 meses, se enfrentó a Justin Gaethje en una pelea que haría época. Una victoria que preparó el terreno para este enfrentamiento.
Dana, let's go. It's time.
My fighting style is thug jitsu. It's the art of the modern day beatdown. It's hand-to-hand combat at its purest form. What makes me so dangerous is I'm a natural fighter. I'm not going in there hoping something happens or hoping to get lucky. I'm going in there to fight and break you, and I have the skills to back it up. The thing I'm most proud of in my career is just I've always been true to myself. I've never acted or been somebody I'm not or tried to portray something I'm not. What you see is what you get, a hard worker. I'm dedicated to this sport. The ups, the downs, everything I've had in my career, 38 fights so far, I've never lost that fire. I've always learned and kept it moving. I bobbed and weaved through the hard times. I don't know how many camps I've had since my daughter was born, but it's great. I would rather it this way than her not being at home. It breaks it up, That way when I go home, it's not all fighting. I have a balance now.
A baby, that's you. Don't kill me. Who?
If there's anything my daughter could take away from my fighting career is just to believe in yourself, to chase your dreams.
Someone does? Ice Queen.
The goal is to be a world champion, and I want her to know her dad was a world champion. You know, once a champion, always a champion.
Show me your muscles. That's right.
But that being said, all the journey we've gone, we still got a trek ahead of us.
Oh, look at that. Thank you.
Because I'm one away from being a world champion, and this next fight means a lot to me, my wife, my family, my career, you know, my legacy. So this is just part of the process, but we still have a good ways to go.
Mientras se alista para Dustin Poirier, la preparación de Eddie Alvarez para su enfrentamiento por rencor incluye conseguir ventajas tácticas.
This won't be a sparring match. This won't be a rangy fight. We're gonna make him throw shots. We're gonna make him make mistakes. We're gonna push forward and turn this into a fight.
Eddie pushes, he's gone. The last fight, we saw that as soon as they punched enough and both those guys are gonna come forward, at some point they're gonna grapple, and we saw that Eddie was stronger, not only physically, but mentally, once the fight really got pushed. But the first thing I want is to be able to get out of the ground and get the fight back up. Most of the fights in the UFC are won on the feet. Now hit me with the right hand. Got you. So
it's gonna be high pace, it's gonna be violent. That's how I'll come out victorious. First fight, I gave Dustin a decent amount of range, which is where he does his best work. My hat's off to him, he did well. But I think I would peg him more of an athlete than a fighter. And in UFC, there are fighters. There are guys who, when they're half beaten and half knocked out, they'll respond. They will not quit with anything in them. I'm that. I've always been more that than I was an athlete. When I first started fighting, 8 years old, I would go down the street with boxing gloves, ask people to fight. My first fight, I think I paid my promoter $250 so I can fight. I'm lucky enough to have a wife that's cool with it, that understands it, that understands what it takes to be on top and stay at the top. We kind of subject our life to a small amount of slavery where we only are fixated on the fight. And then once we fight, you know, them bonds, them chains are off, and then we can enjoy that bit of peace with our family. I'm proud. I'm proud of myself, proud of my wife, proud of my kids. We did it.
Guys, listen. We need to start at 9:30. Be here at 9:15. However long it takes you to put your makeup on. If it takes you half an hour, then come at 9. Okay.
Whenever I enter the Octagon, there's two different minds. There's an instinctual mind, which is the fighter, me, Eddie Alvarez. And then I have the cognitive part, which is Mark and Ricardo. I get ahead of myself sometimes. I stick my chin out there. I can't be totally instinctual and make decisions emotionally. I need to be somewhere in between. I need Mark and Ricardo to keep me alive. They don't take much credit for what they do, but they're the absolute best.
Cut. No cameras. Cut.
We go down into the darkness.
I'm not at a point in my career where I just fight to fight. I'm on my way to win the world title back. I want there to be big stakes. I want to feel something. We're gonna run it back for the fans and let them know the first fight was his best shot at ever beating me, and he couldn't do it then. I know what I felt inside the cage. I felt another man's spirit completely break, and I'm gonna feel that again. Now that there's some animosity involved, the feelings build up. I'm betting on myself, I'm rolling the dice. I'm gonna beat Dustin Poirier. I'm gonna win back my world title against the undefeated, unbeatable Russian.
Toes in.
He's gonna be in a fight on July 28th. We'll watch him respond. We'll see what Dustin Poirier shows up.
Mientras Álvarez empuja sus límites tácticos, Poirier también busca encontrar una ventaja mental.
There's gonna be 4 lights set up. So his goal is to be able to react quick as possible when he sees a light come on. Now, that's not just all we're gonna do here. So what's gonna happen is when that light does come on, I'm gonna turn a card around. So depending on what's on that card, it's gonna tell him if he's gonna use his left hand to put that light out or his right hand. But we're only gonna give him 1.5 seconds to do it. So not a lot of time.
.546. Man, almost. So basically, everyone has a brain. The brain controls everything that we do. Now, when it comes to fighting, we've seen that everyone's pretty much fast, strong, athletic. So what's going to separate them is how do they process information, be able to make their movements more efficiently. .566 though.
I'm just having fun with it. It used to overwhelm me. It used to be a job. In my own head, I would drive myself crazy. Now I'm having fun. I enjoy what I do. I feel like over the years, I've just developed into a complete fighter. And I feel like my fight IQ inside the ring and outside the ring is very high at this point. I know what I need to be doing. I know where I need to be at physically and mentally before these fights. I know when I need to be peaking. I've just done it so much and fought the best guys in the world that I'm comfortable here.
262, no misses. New record, my man. And the last one, what better way to go out on top? I like it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC lightweight division.
Last year in Dallas, me and Eddie fought, and I felt like I was in complete control of the fight. I had him hurt. He hit me with a good shot. He took me down, and as I was building back up, getting back up against the fence, he hit me with an illegal knee. That hurt me really good. You know, it got me behind the ear in a spot that's a really sensitive spot. And, you know, it was an illegal knee. And in the heat of the moment, I thought it was an accident. And then the things he said and the way it's played out and how he's acted, I don't know if it was an accident now. You know, that's why I say I lost respect for him as a person, but as a fighter, I know how dangerous he is, obviously. Me and Eddie have unfinished business. That's more fun for me. Because where I'm from, when you owe a man, you pay him. And we owe each other.
10 seconds.
Eddie style matches up horribly with me, which is why I think he took so long to accept this rematch. I'm a better boxer. I can scramble better jiu-jitsu, longer, faster, can dance better, better looking. My hair is salon quality. My goal to finish out this year is to beat Eddie Alvarez and start next year the world champion. I want to fight for the belt beginning of next year. I'm going to win the belt. There's no doubt in my mind. I've never been more sure of anything in my life than if I get a title shot and I step in that octagon and it's for the title, then I'm going to walk out with the belt.
Desde que dejó el Medio Oeste por California, Jeremy Stephens ha tenido una cosa en mente: conseguir el oro de UFC.
Been out here in San Diego for 10 years. That was really a leap of faith coming out here. You know, when I first originally started, I was like, you know what, go for it. You know, go for it all. You know, it was like something my grandfather always told me. He's like, man, you got it, just go for it. Moving out of Iowa, coming out here was a huge risk, but at the end of the day, I looked back and was like, man, you know, someone loves me enough, you know, to get a bus ticket. So I took the leap of faith and fell right into success.
Conocido durante mucho como un equipo de demolición de un solo hombre dentro del octágono, Jeremy Stephens está empatado con el gran Anderson Silva con la mayor cantidad de derribos en la historia de UFC. Y recientemente, el luchador conocido como Little Hidden ha sido incluso más efectivo, montado en una racha de 3 victorias, incluidos sus espectaculares 18º y 19º knockouts. Victorias que le han valido a Stephens el nombre más grande y la mayor oportunidad de su carrera.
There was a time where I was training with different coaches, and you know, I was out doing my own thing. I really wasn't fully on board with Alliance and Coach Eric Del Fiero. It was like maybe 80-20. And I literally had to get back to the purity form of what makes me me. Why do I really do this? How do I beat people?
Jeremy finally said, you know what, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of the win, 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 lose. And he finally decided, I'm tired of the same cycles. let's make a change. I'm going to try something different. And he just said, I let go of control. And by letting go of control, Jeremy has finally allowed Eric to push Jeremy.
Nice. Run it. Good. I think every athlete at one point or another has to doubt themselves, especially having a couple of losses and growing in the sport, maturing in the sport, maturing in his own personal life is what you're seeing now. You know, and he knows now everything he needs to do doesn't necessarily mean just putting in rounds of sparring or rounds of pad work. It's being a professional and 100% belief in himself. Let him throw. Oh, we make him pay.
It's been great. It's a hard path, a long path, and it's the right path right now. And me and Eric got it going on.
Ahora que ha llegado a la pelea más importante de su carrera, Stephens no tiene intención de frenar.
I listened to a lot of the greats, like Michael Jordan. You know, he was obsessed. I mean, he was the first and last guy to leave the room. Everybody's leaving. I'm the last one in the gym, and damn near one of the first ones. I'm warming up. I'm stretching. You know, I'm running after. I'm putting in these hours that are in the dark. Because I know that in the end of the day, there's a bigger piece at the other side of that pain. There's a bigger prize, and you know that's why I go through and do them things. You know, later on in my life, my punch counts it's doubled. You know, my volume, my output's going. My cardio's getting better. My smooth, calm, relaxed patience is getting better. My feel inside the cage, the octagon, it's getting better. And it's getting better with age, and it's just the perfect time. It's my time.
Uno de los peleadores más grandes en la historia de las artes marciales mixtas se convirtió en campeón de UFC con solo 24 años y luego seguiría dominando los registros del peso pluma. Hoy el fuego de José Aldo arde por otra corrida más por el cinturón.
Acho que lutar em vista para mim sempre é bom, né? Eu fico feliz. Quando você está treinando em busca de uma vitória, fazendo aquilo que você mais ama, eu acho que isso se torna muito prazeroso. Manter forte no treino é em busca da vitória. Eu acho que não tem como eu procurar vencer se não tiver com essa ambição de vitória, com essa gana de vencer. Agora que eu tenho esse sonho ainda de terminar como ser campeão, foi assim que eu sempre quis terminar. Então acho que isso que me motiva a estar treinando todos os dias.
Como el único 2 veces campeón de la división pluma de UFC y quien ha lucido ese título por más tiempo que nadie, José Aldo ha producido algunos de los mejores momentos de las artes marciales mixtas, desatando uno de los arsenales más devastadores del deporte. Sin embargo, cada reinado tiene su fin. Y ahora el ícono brasileño tiene la misión de demostrar que sigue siendo tan peligroso como siempre.
A gente chegar a voltar na academia depois de uma derrota, para ter a força de vontade, querer a gana de vencer de novo. Acho que eu procurei, sentei com todo mundo, sentei com meus treinadores, sentei com meus amigos mais próximos. Todo mundo fechou junto, falou que eu tinha total capacidade de ser campeão novamente. Eu sei que eu vou estar sendo campeão e assim eu vou sair feliz do jeito que eu almejei na minha vida. Isso aqui é a minha vida, isso aqui foi tudo. Eu acho que se eu sou hoje quem eu sou, o campeão que eu virei mundialmente, foi graças à Nova União. Acho que fazer parte da Nova União, me sentir orgulhoso, eu acho que é uma família, né? Eu vim aqui, eu não era ninguém, eu apenas era o Júnior. E hoje em dia, tenho amizade com todo mundo da mesma maneira, eu acho que o carinho, acho que só aumentou, principalmente pelas ajudas de todos, que sempre me ajudaram, me empurraram, estiveram junto comigo nas lutas, na vitória e na derrota. Eu levo dentro do coração. Eu sei que futuramente vai fazer uma fase de transição, né? Passar o bastão para os novos meninos que estão surgindo. Mas eu fico bem feliz, que eu acho que eu fui um grande exemplo para eles.
Igual que en el gimnasio, en casa, Aldo también busca ser un modelo a seguir.
Ser pai para mim é bem diferenciado, né?
Todo mundo vai passar por isso, mas a gente não tem noção antes de ser, né? Depois que você se torna pai, você vê como é que é um amor bem diferente.
Conta quando você vê a luta.
Quando eu vejo a luta, né? Eu faço alguns dias até 6. Alguns dias eu mando mensagem para minha mãe. Alguns dias eu fico em casa vendo a luta.
Você gosta de ver a luta?
Gosto. Eu fico chorando de emocionada. Chorando. Não sei.
Fica emocionada?
Isso.
Acho que bastante, né? Acho que a geração que falta na nossa vida era a Joana. Tudo hoje em dia que tanto faz a gente faz é pensando no futuro dela, no bem-estar dela.
É bom, a família, filhos só agregam, né? Traz alegria. No dia que a gente tá triste, a gente acaba tirando um sorriso nosso, estamos descansados. O João tá cansado, mas já vê a Joana brincar. E aí já alegra, já motiva.
Também. Vai lá pra fora, filho.
Oi.
Valeu,
Oi,
pessoal.
câmera.
Para la estrella de peso pluma del UFC, Jeremy Stephens, San Diego ha demostrado ser mucho más que un campo de entrenamiento ideal.
Jeremy is a great father. I can't even put it into words exactly. Like, he's a dedicated father. He's there for conferences. Moms are normally the ones that like go to conferences, meet with teachers, and he makes sure that he's always a part of it, even if he is in camp. That's something that he puts as a priority. And he makes sure that when he's done in training, his training was left at the gym, he comes home and he's dad, and it's relaxed time. Dad, whatever we can to make up for the time that he's taken in the gym, he makes sure to do it when he gets home.
Oh, it's not. You got it. They get a little aggressive. Wonder where they get it. Fighting's what I do. My kids understand what I do. They understand their dad's a fighter. And they get to see how I bounce back, how I take adversity. They see me on the ups, they see me on the downs. They see how I am, and it's a lifestyle, an attitude that you go about it, you know. Some days I have to put away the soreness, don't catch no feels with my feelings, and be a dad. You gotta embrace it, live it all, you know. At the end of the day, we're all gonna be sleeping in a whole nother world. In this world, I really wanna enjoy what I have, and that's my family.
Aunque Stephens agradece lo que ya se ha ganado, es la búsqueda de más lo que lo mantiene en el gimnasio.
Well, at this level of opponent, what we're looking to do is be prepared for wherever the fight goes.
Are you ready for where we're gonna take it?
Not necessarily preparing for a specific Aldo. I don't want to put his mind in a defensive mindset where, oh, Aldo does this. No, man, let's just take the fight to him, implement your will on him, and see where it takes us.
I feel like me and Jose Aldo are tremendous athletes. I feel like this is a great fight. This is the fight that even the bosses of the UFC and everybody and their mom is going to want to tune into. It's that type of fight. The power plays in my favor. That's my fighting style. Like, I'm trying to put you in sweet dreams. You know, I can shut your lights out. I've been knowing it for a long time that I could do that to guys. Why not go out there and risk it all, fight? It's not gonna last forever, and I'm really enjoying the moment, and that's just me being me. The durability, the volume that I'm putting out later on in my career. You know, if I show up 100%, ready to rock, dialed in, no man alive can beat me, and I really truly believe that. You know, when I show up that night, there's nothing in my way. It's just me going out there, having fun, putting another legend on my wall.
Al otro lado del Ecuador, la leyenda que Stephens busca parar no puede esperar.
O confronto com o Jeremy já estava para ser faz muito tempo. A gente já vem tentando casar essa luta desde o começo do ano e até que fechou agora em julho. Eu estou muito empolgado, estou já fazendo campo de força total e sei que tudo vai dar certo. Todo dia estou treinando isso. Acho que eu vou pro força total de novo.
O Chiefs, eu acho que o momento é um estilo que vai mexer com ele. Já que teve 2 lutas com o Holloway, essa mudança de estilo já tá mudando com ele. Ele tá tendo que mudar a estratégia dele, o jogo dele, voltar o que ele sempre gostou, que é a trocação, fazer o chão, fazer o jiu-jitsu também faz parte do MMA, né?
Eu vim de uma luta de solo, do jiu-jitsu, e me destaquei no cenário fazendo lutas em pé. Onde que todo mundo gostava, um cara agressivo.
Vamos sempre aplicar essa velocidade dele, ser rápido, responder rápido. Cada ação que ele vem, ele responda mais rápido. Como eu uso o levantamento olímpico, entre outros. Trazer a realidade, o sistema energético, a força predominante na luta. Manter a luta agarrada, sair da luta agarrada e trocar. Fazer a parte da trocação, agarrar e trocar. Justamente que a gente sabe que é o que mais tem o desgaste físico do atleta.
Fiel a su carácter, el apetito de Aldo por su negocio muestra la misma hambre insaciable que lo convirtió en un ícono del UFC.
Vem comigo. Geralmente, quando eu cheguei nos Estados Unidos, né? Então, eu vencia as lutas, quando terminava, eu sempre ia nos lugares, comer um hambúrguer e tal. Então, eu fui, um dia tinha esse sonho de montar, eu montei. Ela é toda temática, ela é toda modo esporte americano, como fosse um pubzinho. Mas brasileiro. Quando eu montei, a gente pensou, né, mais voltado no como fosse uma casa americana mesmo. Aquelas coisas que todo mundo vai pro bar e fica bebendo cerveja e tal, comendo aquele hambúrguer. Então, toda a gente sempre experimentava até chegar na conclusão de montar um hambúrguer. Até chegar num nível bom que todo mundo ficou bem feliz. E, com certeza, eu não faço hambúrguer, mas eu como.
O Aldo é um cara que nunca se contenta com aquilo que ele tem. Ele com certeza vai querer mais. Ele almeja ainda muito mais do que ele já venceu. Uma grande luta os fãs podem esperar. Porque o Aldo vai bem preparado para essa luta e eu acredito que o Jeremy também. E são 2 caras que gostam de trocar porrada, então vai pegar fogo.
Vencer, eu vou vencer. Eu acho que não tem como eu pensar diferente. Se prepara porque eu tô chegando.
Durante los últimos 2 años, Joanna Jędrzejczyk se ha entrenado en el sur de la Florida. Y a pesar de que la superestrella polaca ya no posee el cinturón, su confianza característica sigue siendo muy alta.
After I lost to Rose Namajunas in our second fight, it's extra motivation for me, you know, to prove very quick that I'm the best. It's not easy to become a UFC champion. It's not easy to become a UFC fighter, but definitely the more difficult thing is to keep on defending the belt, and I did that 5 times. People are very surprised that I took the fight with Tisha Torres very quick after my last fight. I know that I'm the queen of the strawweight division, that I'm the real champion, and I know that I'm simply the best. I want to work so hard to get this back, and like I said, there is no time to waste. I just want to keep on proving that I'm simply the best, and one day I will take this belt back.
En 2014, Joanna Jędrzejczyk hizo su debut en el UFC. Y pronto tomó el mundo de las artes marciales mixtas como una tromba, ganando 9 consecutivos.
She's got rock.
Para asegurar el campeonato de peso paja del UFC. En 5 defensas titulares posteriores, lució imbatible. Su incomparable velocidad y precisión la hicieron un ícono internacional. Sin embargo, en noviembre de 2017, Rose Namajunas le robó el trueno. No obstante, si hay algo que la superestrella polaca siempre ha tenido es voluntad. Como retadora número 1 al título, busca regresar a la cima de su división.
I bought this bike in Poland and I brought it on the plane with me to Florida because I couldn't find a good bike here, and I used to do that when I was training back home in Poland. I used to ride my bike every day to the gym, and people are very surprised when they see me riding a bike, cycling to the gym every day. Life is not about having fancy cars and exclusive life. Life is about simple things, and bike rides are making me happy, so I do this every day. Even after I lost the belt, I'm still a champion for myself. I'm very confident because I work hard every day. I don't waste any minute of my life. Tisha Torres is a very good athlete, but I think that she hasn't faced someone like me, like Joanna Jędrzejczyk. This time I will not leave my legacy, my fighting career, my life in the judges' hands. I will take over the fight, take over the show. I'm different than the other strawweights, and my whole body, my whole mind are into what I'm doing in my life.
Más de 2.500 kilómetros al noroeste, Tisha the Tiny Tornado Torres tiene una habilidad física incuestionable. Sin embargo, para convertirse en campeón del UFC, uno debe ser fuerte en todos los sentidos.
Fighting in the UFC and fighting at such a high level is very hard. Very hard, more emotionally and mentally than physically. Like physically, my body can take it. I've been doing this since I was 5. Martial arts has always been a part of my life, but to stay in there and want it as bad as I once wanted, that's hard. The drive honestly stays because I love doing what I do, and it's not just about the money. It is because I want to become world champion one day. I'm very proud of where I am in the UFC right now. Coming into the UFC, I was, top 5, and I'm still 4 years later. This opportunity given to me to fight Joanna is just one more stepping stone to getting close and back into where I want to be. But I do have a great challenge in front of me.
Tisha Torres irrumpió en la escena de las artes marciales mixtas con 7 victorias consecutivas, incluidas sus 3 primeras peleas de UFC, en las que de inmediato se estableció como una verdadera contendiente.
Tisha Torres going off.
En 2017, la 4 veces campeona mundial amateur de kickboxing fue aún mejor, mostrando su velocidad de élite y extraordinario atletismo, mientras superó a 3 oponentes seguidas. Victorias que le permitieron ganar una eliminatoria por el título hace solo 5 meses. Y aunque la dura batalla no terminó a su favor, la explosiva peso paja sigue sin inmutarse, mientras reanuda la búsqueda de su primera oportunidad por el título.
Keeping the mindset going and wanting to get up every morning is hard. At the end of the day, we are our own bosses and we do make our own schedules, especially us coming from a smaller camp. It's up to us to get up in the morning. Our coaches can only do so much. I believe that being a martial artist, you're disciplined and you have that self-discipline where you learn to do things on your own and develop a lifestyle that's just different than the norm. At this stage, you gotta fight anybody and be willing to fight anybody to get to that top, and Joanna was the next girl in front of me.
Recover. Yes, nice.
Outside of that, I know that Joanna is gonna be a great challenge. She was the reigning champion for a long time, and she's still a badass fighter. I'm a different type of opponent because I do come with the speed, I do come with the movement as well, and I do have a lot of power and strength too. I feel like, hands down, I'll out-wrestle her. I met Raquel on my pro debut at Invicta. We were both fighting. We didn't have as many fans as we have now. We were fighting, in small, little venues. Now we're fighting for millions of people. It wasn't on pay-per-view, it wasn't even on TV yet. We were friends for a long time. This one day, I looked at her differently, and I really wanted to be next to her. So we got engaged over a year ago, and back in January, we had planned to do save the date photos. It was really beautiful in the Seven Falls, Colorado Springs area. and it went really well. Unfortunately, those save the dates haven't gone out yet because a world title shot came for Raquel. I had a fight before that, and now I have a fight again, so it's really hard. At any point in time, one of us is in fight camp, and it's hard to focus our time elsewhere. She's just amazing. Besides being my best friend, she's taught me a lot of things. Some days it's a struggle, but at the end of the day, like, the love I know she has for me and that I have for her, it's something that you can't really find in a lifetime, maybe just once.
We talked about things a lot, and the ultimate goal one day is to fight for the world title, but I don't think she ever truly believed that she can have that opportunity and that she can be there. And now, obviously, being with me and living with me and seeing that I had that opportunity, it kind of just really, like, sparked this flame for her. And now she's just like, I really want to be world champion. I want to be able to do everything that it takes to get there. And so she's on a new grind.
Joanna is fast and she's long, but I'm fast and I'm small and I'm able to get in and out really quickly. And I feel like she hasn't had an opponent like that. She's still a great fighter and she possesses a lot of things that a lot of girls don't have. And her striking normally is the thing that crushes girls, but I don't see that happening in our fight. I want to impose my will as much as I can on her in the fight. And I feel like I have all the talent in the world to go in there and do that to her.
Move it, move it, move it.
Little strawweight coming in there, super hungry to beat Joanna and get that on my record and just go for gold after that.
En los campamentos de entrenamiento alrededor del mundo, cada amanecer trae nuevos desafíos, mientras 6 de los mejores exponentes del UFC buscan hacerse a sí mismos imparables.
The only path to victory here is through pure suffering, and no one's willing to suffer more than I am. No one.
Me and Eddie have unfinished business. Where I'm from, when you owe a man, you pay him.
I know that Joanna is coming hungrier than ever. I want to make her 0-3 in the last 3 fights. I have all the talent in the world to go in there and do that to her.
This time I will not leave my legacy, my fighting career in the judges' hands. I will take over the fight, take over the show. She will face the top of the top for the first time in her life.
When I show up 100%, ready to rock, dialed in, no man alive can beat me.
Vencer, eu vou vencer. Eu acho que não tem como eu pensar diferente. E, lógico, eu quero acabar nocauteando ele.
Aldo is explosive. He likes to rely on intimidation and striking. I'm willing to go through more pain than this guy can dish out.
Eddie's style matches up horribly with me. Longer, faster, a better boxer. He better not box.
Eddie can't spell box.
Dustin, please get off your stool every single round and fight me. I'm afraid that won't happen. I'm afraid at some point in the fight, he'll consciously quit.
I had him hurt in the first fight. This time, July 28th, I'm gonna put the nails in the coffin.
Pronto llegará su cita con el destino. Cuando el Octágono se instale en Calgary para una emocionante noche de pelea en UFC en vivo.